The fire is almost out. Not a metaphor, actual embers, 30,000 years ago, and they're dying in real time. You can feel the temperature drop at the edge of your skin. The savanna does not go quiet at night, it fills with a different kind of sound. Something is circling the tree line. It pauses. The darkness past the coals is total. And you need to sleep? Your body will fail without it. But sleep means closing your eyes in a world that wants to eat you. This isn't a thought experiment. For the vast majority of human evolutionary history, this was Tuesday night. So how did ancient humans actually sleep when apex predators were sharing the same landscape? And what did that sleep look like? The answer overturns almost everything modern sleep culture tells you about rest. Most people assume our ancestors slept in caves, sealed off, protected, hidden from anything with teeth. But cave occupation in the early Paleolithic was rare, seasonal, and fiercely contested. Caves were also where predators denned. A cave was not a refuge, it was a competition. Archaeologist Mary C. Steiner's long-running work at the site of Hayonim Cave in northern Israel, published across multiple papers beginning in 1994, found layers of occupation that alternated between hominins and spotted hyenas, sometimes with only decades separating one tendency from the next. Hard evidence of this switching, hyena coprolites and gnawed bone fragments mixed into the same strata as early human hearths. The site was not a home. It was a resource both species used when the other wasn't strong enough to hold it. Ancient humans who slept in caves were not sleeping safely. They were sleeping wherever they could wrestle a temporary advantage. But the more urgent question isn't where they slept. It's how they survived long enough to sleep at all. Here's where it gets strange. Anthropologist David Sampson at the University of Toronto spent years studying the Hadza, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer populations on Earth, in northern Tanzania, precisely because their sleep patterns may be the closest living window into how pre-agricultural humans actually rested. His 2017 study, published in the Proceedings of the Royal Academy B, attached wrist-worn actigraph monitors to 33 Hadza adults over a combined 1,165 nights. What emerged was not what anyone expected. The Hadza slept an average of just 9 hours per night, less than modern industrialized populations that blame screens and stress for their sleep deficits. But more striking than the duration was the synchrony problem it solved. Across all 33 subjects across all those nights, there were only 18 minutes total where every single individual was asleep at the same time. 18 minutes out of 1,165 nights. This was not accidental. This was ancient group architecture for survival. Everyone assumes the rule of prehistoric sleep was simple. Go to sleep, stay asleep, wake at dawn. The truth is that early human sleep was almost certainly staggered by design, different individuals cycling in and out of lighter sleep phases so that the group was never fully unconscious at once. Modern humans still carry this mechanism. You call it light sleeping, or waking at Thram for no reason, and you treat it as a malfunction. It isn't. It's a 300,000-year-old security system that never got uninstalled. So what changed? The role of fire cannot be overstated. Biological anthropologist Denis Sangath, excavating at Roc de Marsal in the Dordogne region of France, has spent decades tracing the patchy, inconsistent use of fire by Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens. The archaeological record suggests that controlled, sustained fire use, fire maintained across an entire night, not just opportunistically captured from lightning strikes, became more reliable somewhere between 400,000 and 300,000 years ago. The key number, flames burning at 600 to 900 degrees Celsius, reliably deter every large predator native to Pleistocene Africa and Europe. No lion, no cave hyena, no short-faced bear approaches a maintained fire of that temperature. It is not a preference. It is a hard physiological aversion built into their nervous systems. Fire didn't just give ancient humans warmth. It gave them something with no modern equivalent, the ability to sleep in open ground without dying. Which means the real question is what happened on the nights the fire went out. Biological research on sleep posture offers a piece of the puzzle that is almost never discussed. Matthew Lenton and colleagues at the University of the Witwatersrand, working from a 2016 study examining preserved sleeping sites at Sibudu Cave in South Africa, sites dating to 77,000 years ago, found evidence of deliberately constructed sleeping platforms made from layered vegetation, sedge grass, rushes, and leaves of Cryptocarya woody, a plant with demonstrated insecticidal and possibly aromatic properties. These weren't accidental nests. They were engineered surfaces, replaced regularly, approximately 30 centimeters thick. The inhabitants of Sibudu weren't collapsing where they stood. They were making choices about where and how to sleep, choices that suggest a cognitive relationship with sleep quality that predates agriculture by tens of thousands of years. But there's a layer underneath all of this that the modern sleep optimization industry never mentions. Sleep researchers Jerome Siegel and his team at UCLA published a 2015 study in Current Biology measuring sleep architecture in 3 non-industrial hunter-gatherer populations across 3 different continents: the Hadza in Tanzania, the San in Namibia, the Tsimane in Bolivia. All 3 groups, separated by geography and thousands of years of cultural divergence, shared the same striking pattern. They woke consistently in the early pre-dawn hours, lay awake in a low arousal state for a period, and then re-entered sleep. They did not treat this as insomnia. They did not panic. They did not reach for a phone. In all 3 populations, this nocturnal waking period appears to be the biological norm, not a disorder, not a symptom, but the original shape of human sleep before a single alarm clock existed to pathologize it. The ancient human relationship with sleep was not one of uninterrupted darkness chased into the morning. It was segmented, communal, fire-anchored, and staggered. It was a group behavior as much as an individual one. Now come back to the dying fire. The embers going orange, then dark. The sound from the tree line. You needed sleep, and the world was hostile, and your species found a way, not by conquering the night, but by never fully surrendering to it. Different people at different depths of unconsciousness. At least one always near the surface, always listening. The group was the mechanism. The group was the alarm system. The group was the thing that made rest possible at all. What ancient humans had that most modern people no longer do wasn't a better mattress or a darker room. It was other people, nearby, breathing, cycling in and out of wakefulness in overlapping shifts that no one planned or scheduled, that the body simply did because the body remembered what the world cost. The sleep crisis isn't that we stopped sleeping well. It's that we stopped sleeping together.